This is Ubisoft Live at E3. I'm your host from the Uplay Lounge, Zach Cooper, with you for the rest of the day. I guess we got only a few hours left, 3 hours, because we're playing until 4 o'clock. It's been a very long week. We've talked about a lot of games. We've played a lot of games, and we're going to keep it going right through. We're going to dip into the Division a little bit later on. We've got the Rabbids interactive TV show. But, you know, we were talking about the Division moments ago. Within the Clancy family, we also have EndWar Online, which is a browser game that is available now. It is free to play.
Not yet.
It's not yet.
It's not yet.
Okay, so it's not available for everyone, but the good news is if you've been at the Uplay Lounge, you've definitely been able to play it, and
Exactly.
and that's been really cool. I mean, what kind of response, Michal, have you seen from the people who are going hands-on with EndWar Online?
So first there's like a big disbelief, like, oh, that's a browser game, and like, you know, because you will see the like visually and so on, we want to go like a next-gen browser game. So it looks gorgeous, like 3D graphics, the best we can get with flash technology on the browser. And then they said, okay, I will try to play. And then it's very difficult, like, okay, we have to drag those people away from the game, like, well, we need other people to play. You know, you can't play like 5 matches, it's just 1 or 2. So people were super excited with the gameplay. They really liked, like, you know, player versus player experience in the game.
Michal, Madej is the creative director for EndWar Online. What is the game all about? I mean, you've talked about the PvP aspect.
Yes.
What is it you do? How do you play this game?
Okay, in general, the game is it's like a Tom Clancy EndWar franchise spin-off.
Okay.
The original game was like typical RTS for consoles. It was published in 2008.
Okay.
The game received like pretty good reception from players. We have like very dedicated fan base. So it was one of the most successful console RTS games. And so the problem we had at the time, we promised like a massive world war, you know, global war between, you know, millions of players. And first, there was not so many people connected those days, and so on. But right now, we believe that with browser technology, with free-to-play game,
It pretty much opens it up for everyone.
exactly. So
Yeah.
we open it for everyone. We lower the entry barrier so much that we can get those people, and we can
Yeah.
create this very unique, you know, like global war.
And I think a lot of people would probably agree that the RTS experience is always a little bit easier to deal with when you're, you know, not maneuvering with a joystick.
So for sure, it's like. On the other hand, we also had some challenges with controls because making a browser game, you have to think about like people are playing slightly different environment. They're playing slightly differently. It's not like they sit down in front of the PC or console and I have like 2 hours to play. Usually, it's a very short term. So
Yeah, they're playing at work and they don't want their boss to see, so it's
for
like,
example.
Yeah.
So so our biggest challenge was how to change the RTS mechanics. That usually battles, you know, like 15 minutes minimum to half an hour. So how to change the RTS experience? So keep the whole tactical depth. On the other hand, make it like, you know, shorter. So we aim for like 3 to 6 minutes. I will
Oh,
show
wow.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get in there. I'd
Okay.
love to see EndWar Online.
Okay, so I can start the game from the browser. So you can see it's actually running in the browser.
Everything looks okay so far.
So far, so
Good to go.
Yes. Wait a second. I have to.
Did it say that we're working on a low-end PC?
Yes, it works on pretty low-end PC.
Okay.
You can even see, like, I have on my laptop here, and the game is running on it, and it's not, you know, like the, you know,
It's not a gaming
state-of-art.
laptop, yeah.
It's pretty old. It's like 4 years old, but
Okay.
you know, it's working perfectly fine. So I will log in.
All right.
Do we have sound from the game?
The viewers will have sound.
Okay, so-
We can probably get a little bit of sound.
Sure.
We just don't want it to come back through the microphone.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you see from the very beginning that for a browser game, we have like, you know, high fidelity graphics. So you start, you already see the Earth. Our main goal is to dominate the world. So it's the first thing you will see.
It's everyone's main goal.
Exactly.
I think, yeah.
But the first thing you will see in the game is like you have whole planet, and
Okay.
you can see that eventually you can win all those territories around. So right now we have 2 factions that you can choose from. So we have Europe and we have Russia. Probably sooner or later we'll have as well American faction. It was part of original game, so we're going to have it soon.
Yeah, I mean, there's always geopolitics involved in Clancy games.
Yes, exactly.
This is an interesting one. I don't know if we can dive into this or if you want to at all, but European Federation, Russian. I mean, this seems very today.
I think this is one of the things that actually was at some point was a problem for us, because a year ago when we were working on the game, nobody was believing that Russians can be, you know, believable threat, and we even had a mission in which we invade Ukraine. And right now what we planned as a fantasy is, like something that may happen in like 30 years from now is happening.
This is a part of the Clancy universe where when you deal with these geopolitical affairs, it's always a possibility. And,
exactly. That's why maybe we can show Russians. I think it's also more believable for American people to, like see Russians dominating the world rather than French and Europeans. So.
Okay, we're getting word that there's no audio as well for our viewers. Is there a chance that the laptop is muted?
Oh, there is a chance. So I wanted.
Let's check this out.
No.
No, but it's very low.
This is very low.
Let's try now. Oh yeah, we're hearing some beeps.
Great.
That's good.
Okay, so as you can see, I can create my character. Okay, we have sound now. That's good. Choose some.
We got it on the laptop. It's okay.
Yes.
Is it not working on the stream? Are you guys not hearing this? Let's see what our people are saying.
Okay, I hope you see. So you see, the original EndWar was happening in 2020. You see the Moscow and as well like Paris and Washington D.C. All those cities were transformed into like huge, headquarters, military bases. So it was 20 years ago, and I mean like 10 years ago in the game time. So because the war lasted for 10 years, as you can see, all those cities are completely destroyed and by attacks of other factions.
Yeah.
So you start the game in completely destroyed headquarters. Wait a second. Oh, as you can see, it's a browser game, so
okay.
We have full screen.
So now we're
So you
full
start
screen.
in a destroyed city, and one of your first mission is to defend the legal government from a coup. In case of Russia, you have to fight against former KGB agents that created they want to overthrow the power in Russia and take control. So the legal president of the Russian Federation is asking you for help. You're one of the last loyal commanders in the Russian army, and you have to fight against renegade forces. So here maybe I will jump a little bit into gameplay itself.
Please, yeah, by all means.
So as I said, we were trying to make like RTS game, tactical game with tactical depth. On the other hand, very simple, light, in control, so people can enjoy it like instantly in 3 minutes, and that's why we had to remove some micromanagement from the game. So what you can see is all our maps, they're kind of similar to League of Legends. So we have like lanes connecting two bases, and your goal is to destroy the enemy base by sending your troops in those lanes.
All right.
So first thing is, what we do is we have commanders. Those commanders, they come with their forces. And I can select, okay, so for example, it was a tank commander, here is gunships commander, so he sends his helicopters. And here we have anti-aircraft vehicles.
Okay, so you've occupied all 3 lanes here.
Yes, all 3 lanes. And right now I will explain another thing. So core gameplay element is about countering enemy forces. So, for example, tanks destroy anti-aircraft vehicles. And then we have helicopters destroying tanks.
Okay.
And finally, here on this lane, we have anti-aircraft vehicles destroying helicopters. So it's like rock, paper, and scissors.
Yeah,
very simple.
exactly.
So it's just one of the basic roles we have in the game. So this is what you learn in the beginning. This is what you have to master. It has to be become almost like a reflexes in the game, because then mastering this element, you can start more and more difficult tactics. So right now I will just send some troops. So helicopters in the first lane to counter tanks. In the middle we have anti-aircraft vehicles.
Michal, I just want to tell you that we've got a comment from 13BK37 who says this looks epic.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So the other thing is, all those units, as you can see, it's not only about class, it's also about commanders. So they bring special type of units. Additionally, they have special abilities. So for example here, those helicopters, they have something called rapid fire. So when you click it, they start shooting way faster.
Okay.
So
does that come at any sort of cost?
Yes, because all your actions, they cost command points.
Ah,
so
gotcha, okay.
Both using abilities and deploying units cost command points. So this is the main resource. The main resource you have to manage, like mana and
gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
So as you can see as well, what was very, very important for us, this is a Tom Clancy brand, so we would like to make a very believable, realistic world. So here we have Red Square. We try to recreate this as much as possible. If we have someone who knows what's the name of the church, we can give some presents to people who.
In the chat.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if anyone, I guess the first person who lets us know the name of that church that you see on screen, or just there we go.
On the red square.
Yeah, on the red square, you will get a special gift, which we have yet to reveal. Congratulations on your big win, by the way.
Okay, so it's the first battle, so it's not that difficult to win. Because the game, it's an online game, so it takes a while before you progress, before you recruit and rebuild your headquarters. So right now, I will just jump to, let's say, like 35 levels in the future.
Oh, all right.
So we
baby steps.
So we already will see like way more advanced headquarters with everything that was already rebuilt. And I will show you a little bit more.
We've got Duck's Church and Holy Church. Kreml.
Not really. Kremlin is the name of the castle over there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Kremlin
so we are
wrong
waiting
too.
for answer still. So you see, this is already our headquarters after 35 levels of progression. So as you may see,
You're in better shape.
definitely.
Yeah.
You have lots of helicopters. You have, like patrolling airplanes, and you have each zone corresponds to one type of unit. So we have drones, we have artillery, we have as well like transport helicopters, we have air superiority fighters, infantry, and what you have seen already, tanks, AAVs, and helicopters.
St. Basil's?
Yes.
All right. So it looks like, I'm trying to see, we had a few people throw that out there around the same time. It looks like Voerdeelpot.
So all those people, they will get access to closed beta that is coming soon.
Oh, wow.
We will announce exactly the date. So
All right. So, all right. So make sure, I don't know how we get in touch with these guys. Joker is moderating right now. Joker, if you can get in touch with, I guess we'll give it to all the guys who got it right. Are we able to do that? Okay. I guess, Joker, yeah, if you'd be so kind and maybe provide some contact info for the people who got the answer right, we will get them the information needed to access the closed beta. All right.
Exactly.
How should they get in touch with you? Through Tori?
probably through our committee manager.
Okay, so Joker knows how to get in touch with Misty, so we can work that out on the back end. Thank you to everyone from the North Carolina Support Office who have been helping moderate the chat as well. Thank you guys so much.
Okay.
And thank you for tuning in.
So what else about like our headquarters? So maybe I will just show you how you can rebuild parts of it.
Okay.
So there was like destroyed laboratory. Right now we have a new lab, and inside lab we can of course like develop new weapons and here what we have in the game, our game has like very deep MMORPG elements. So we have lots of items for each class of units. There are like 4 slots, and you have lots of items with different levels, with different quality. Just like typical MMORPG elements, you know, like epic items, legendary, and so on. Here you just see part of it. Finally in the game there will be thousands of items that you can thousands of items that you can use to customize those units. So when you can as well when you have parts, you can create those items, and you can. Yeah.
So have you been seeing like patterns when people are getting the opportunity to play here at the Uplay Lounge? Have you seen people go for the same kind of unlocks, or I mean obviously
we don't allow people to play this part.
Oh, okay.
We just,
it's too hard.
Yeah,
for them to,
I mean it takes a little bit while to get into it. It's a very like the game is huge. As I said, like there's lots of MMORPG elements. There's lots of progression in building your headquarters. So here, just to make sure that people have this like the best experience, we just give them already like pretty advanced armies, and we allow them to play one-on-one PvP match. So okay. So what else we have in EndWar? The core element of EndWar, like what I believe is the most important part, is our commanders. So the army in EndWar is. We wanted to create a situation in which you have like building blocks, and you can use those building blocks to define your strategy, to define your tactics. So those building blocks are commanders. Each commander comes with their own type of unit, and additionally with special abilities. So you see like there are 2 different helicopter commanders with slightly different helicopters, and they have completely different abilities.
Oh yeah, okay.
So it's a little bit like champions in League of Legends, for example, or like in collectible card games. So you build your deck. I mean, like you choose those commanders before the battle to build your deck, to build actually your strategy and tactics.
How long would that process typically take?
So you start with some basic commanders. So we will start the game with 40 commanders for each faction. So it's like 80 commanders during the launch. And some commanders are, let's say, like more common, so it's pretty easy to get them. It will take 1 or 2 days to be able to recruit those commanders. Some commanders will be more expensive, so it may even take weeks before you get enough fame, because you can buy them using special points called fame.
Have you guys talked about how it works as far as the free-to-play mechanics? How people can maybe if they don't want to grind as much, is that how it works? Or?
Okay, we don't want to create a pay to win situation. Right. So of course it will be possible to a little bit like speed up the speed of acquisition of those commanders. On the other hand, it won't be like, okay, I can start the game on the day one, buy everything, be the most powerful, even if I have a lot of money. So so we would like to even for like make it fair. So people, of course, people who don't pay, they will be able to get everything in the game. It will take a little bit longer. On the other hand, we also would like to make sure that people who pay, they are not, instantly overpowered as well.
Right.
So here, what you have seen, sorry, there's a flash.
It's all right.
So we have those commanders with different abilities. As you may see, they have also levels. So you'll level up those commanders. They have different levels of those abilities. They will a little bit change as well because they unlock new abilities. So the gameplay will evolve as well as you level up those heroes. Of course, it's a Tom Clancy game. All of them, they have their history. They have background. We try to create some very believable world like in most Tom Clancy games you have, with strong characters.
And so this is obviously all tied to your account, meaning you could log in from any browser anywhere and you'll have access to your profile.
No problem. That's why this management, we believe it's very convenient, because with a browser game you can do it everywhere.
Yeah.
It works on any browser. It works on any platform that supports browsers. So you can play on Mac. You can play on PC, probably on Linux as well. So no problem with that.
How about giant phones?
Not yet, because they don't support Flash. But once they start supporting Flash, why not?
Okay.
So it's not right now. It's not a problem on our side.
Right.
The technology is not supported. So as you can see, also all those units, they have you can see like 4 slots with different type of equipment. So I can use this equipment to change my parameters. It's not only about increase. You can customize. If you want to have tanks that are like more accurate, so they get like lot of criticals, but maybe not very big damage numbers, you can go for that. Or maybe you would like to actually improve their like power, so huge damage. Maybe they miss sometime, but still they deal a lot.
What about cosmetically? Can you?
So we plan to be able to modify it, a little bit like cosmetic changes. I think again you will see the game units in the game are not very big. So we believe that rather it will be something visible here,
right?
Or we will probably provide some items that give you some special effects that are more visible.
Okay. Now, can you just, as we see right below the tank, I know you talked about the rock, paper, scissors mentality. Can you just sort of walk us through exactly how that translates in game with those ratings?
Okay, so those 3 type of units, so tanks, helicopters, and AVs, we call it combat chain. It's like, as you said, like rock, paper, and scissors gameplay. It means that, for example, AAVs, they deal 40% more damage to helicopters, and they deal 50% less damage to tanks.
Okay.
Which means that they're like, you wouldn't send anti-aircraft vehicles against tanks, but you will.
You take them. You use them to take down choppers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it works exactly like that.
Okay.
Like, with all those units, they counter each other. We as well have other classes, so they're not directly in a combat chain. We have infantry. So infantry is it's not like very powerful in combat unit, but they can capture uplinks and bunkers. So they're more like utility units. So they have as well like special abilities, like you can repair. Rather than you will use those units more like a support than actually combat units. Actually, there also are like specialized infantry units like snipers and so on that will be more like combat oriented. Then you have artillery. Artillery is kind of similar to infantry, because normally this unit moves quite slow. In one-on-one fight, they're not very powerful. But
that
once
thing looks insane.
Yeah, it's. So once those like mortars, they arrive to a special place called emplacement, they enter siege mode, and their like attack range extends like 3 times. So they can as well attack units that not even are in a combat range for them. So then we have drones. Drones are very particular units because they don't attack other units. Instead, they just attack structures. So they can be used to destroy bunkers. They can be used to destroy turrets. They can be used finally to attack.
Very strategic, yeah.
Yeah, so it's very strategic. So you use them, and also they're quite easy to kill. So you have to make sure to protect them in some way so they're not destroyed. And they're really deadly danger for your base. So you have to be very careful and not let your opponent to bring any of those close to your base. Then we have off-map support classes, so they're basically airplanes and helicopters that you can summon. So you have bombers, you have air transport that allows you to teleport units on the, like pick up units and place them somewhere else on the map. And we have air superiority fighters, which are countering all other flying units. So we have lots of different classes. So as you see, like they're coming. We start with very simple, combat chain, rock paper scissors deployment, and then we add more and more tactical depth. You can play with those like off-map support classes. They're very 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 tactical units. Okay, so maybe I can show you like how it looks like in our PvE campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So the first, let's say, layer of the game was our headquarters, in which we progress. So basically, there is where you feel like you're, becoming more powerful. You see your headquarters being developed, new buildings, new units, and here you use all those acquired, power like commanders, item, and so on. You use in PvE or in PvP. So first is PvE. PvE is a story about reconquering your own faction. So you can imagine that after 10 years of a global war, all those three big factions like Russia, Europe, America as well, they are so exhausted that internal problems start to like tear them apart. So in America, you can imagine a situation that, I don't know, Texas claims they're independent. They don't want anymore to follow, involved in the war, to follow, the federal government and so on. So the same can happen in Europe with, separate countries trying to like leave the union, or in Russia as well. Like you have some special groups that would like to separate themselves.
Just so you know, we're down to about 4 minutes left.
Oh my God! So I will play just one.
Yeah,
level.
let's
Okay. Sorry. So you see, like you have lots of different enemies, like New Communist Party, or even you will be fighting against Romanov family here. So I will just show you one more battle, which should be like 3 minutes. And okay, I am selecting units. So I will show you something more tactical then. I will play against AI.
Okay. Is this strictly 1v1? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
So far it's one versus one. We were thinking about adding more modes, but right now we would like to focus only on those modes. So one of our goals was to create really believable environments. This is St. Petersburg. I don't know if anyone has been there, but as you can see, we try to recreate, of course, within gameplay needs, we try to recreate as much as possible realistic environments. Okay, so a new class I would like to show you is in our artillery. So they go to those special points. I've sent helicopters first so they can...
Oh wow, they come in quickly at you, huh?
Yeah, and actually it's not a good... As you see, he've sent anti-aircraft vehicles against my helicopters.
Yeah,
so
and those will be weak.
it's not the best. Okay, so I will use my airstrike to destroy those guys. And my tanks, they have like a shield, protection shield, so probably it will help as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I hope it will work. So as you see, our artillery is already in emplacement. I can use a special ability to destroy this bunker here.
Okay.
His infantry is already in the bunker. It will be kind of difficult to get it. Okay, here we have helicopters coming, so I will... See, he is using artillery as well. Okay, we can bomb this place here. So here we have a helicopter coming. I am countering it with anti-aircraft vehicles.
Oh boy.
And I will send some infantry to capture this uplink here. Uplinks give me more command points, so I will be able to use... Oh my god, I completely...
Oh, they're blindsiding you.
Yes. And let's bomb them. You see, the game is even in a mode when you play against computer, you have to be very focused.
Yeah. It's tough to talk and play, you're saying.
It's tough to talk and play at the same time.
Yeah. Okay,
so I will try to get to this uplink as well.
These poor soldiers, they are not going to do very well at the top of the screen.
Oh my god, again. Here you see like So the game actually requires a lot of attention. It's very fast paced. It's already it's just 2 minutes of the gameplay, but so many things happen on the screen already.
Yeah.
It's not like a typical RTS in which it takes like 10 minutes before you actually can create the first army, because you have to build
it
your
happens quick. Yeah.
Here it happens like instant action. So okay, I managed to destroy those guys. So I hope it won't take long.
Oh man,
Yeah.
they're coming strong on the top there.
Yeah, they're coming strong there. I'll just destroy here. Okay, I think I've got him, but he actually surprised me. Okay, so we will destroy his base.
And did you just win?
Yes.
All right.
I just managed.
Right at the buzzer too.
So you see, even for a browser game, we try to get like this epic feeling, lots of production values. That you feel actually that you're winning against strong opponent, and the victory is like it's a big thing. So this is about our PvE content, and I will just tease you with our PvP.
Okay.
So this is our main goal in the game, is to conquer the whole Earth. As you can see, we have those factions visible, but as well we have lots of places on the Earth with resources. So people faction versus faction will fight for those.
Okay.
And it's not only you against other player, it's like whole your faction against another faction. And who is able to win will take the ownership of this area for 6 weeks.
Wow.
So like 1.5 months, and you can collect resources from that.
Michal, this looks amazing. Obviously, a lot of interest generated on the chat as well. Can we open it up to everyone who is watching, or do we only have a few codes? How we know we have the winners.
Yes. So they should go on our website and just enlist to.
What's the website?
EndWarOnline.com.
EndWarOnline.com, currently in closed beta. This is the creative director, Michal Madej. Thank you very much for doing this.
And we can also.
You're gonna shoot me, aren't you?
Yes, I'm
gonna
shoot
happen.
you.
Oh dear.
So
I saw that thing. It was sort of creeping at me a little bit earlier on.
Yeah, this is our rocket launcher. We are giving it to people who win PvP here in the Uplay Lounge, and as you can see.
Oh dear. Being abused.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's the best. Best merchandise I've ever seen in my life.
That thing's really cool.
Yeah.
Thanks again for doing this. This is EndWar Online.